Okay guys, carrying on. This will be part 6 and I'm just going to try and get through this. Sexual abuse. This investigator asked questions regarding the possible sexual abuse of the two children. Several of the mothers were skeptical that there was in fact any sexual abuse. Each indicated that it would be reprehensible for any member of the group to commit a sexual act upon a child. Each indicated that their way of life doesn't abuse children, but rather holds them in high esteem. No mother could believe that any of the men travelling with the children could have committed a sexual act upon the children. Lifestyle of the group. Yeah, that was very quick. What happened there? That was it, was it? Lifestyle of the group. The lifestyle of this group, as conveyed to this investigator, seems to be a modified idea of the 1960s commune concept. This group system involves the co-ownership of property and elimination of private property. While major items are owned in common, individual items can be owned by individual members, it was posed that each member has the independence to come and go from the group temporarily or permanently at will. The group, to include all members, centering upon an ongoing loyalty, dependence, devotion, etc. to each other, much like a conventional husband and wife team. This larger team also shares mutual responsibilities. A group leader is chosen, sometimes several a day, depending on the circumstances. The group chooses the most knowledgeable member in whatever area is being considered. For example, if a vehicle was having a mechanical problem, a leader who has experience with vehicles would moderate concerning how best to achieve repairs. The group believes in experimental, or what this investigator terms hands-on training. They prefer to educate their children by showing them the best means available. Going to zoos, living in the woods, etc. is a preferred learning experience to conventional methods. And while classroom techniques are apparently acceptable to the group, they prefer as much diversity as possible. Several of the mothers quoted philosophical followings of reputed educators and explained how they, mothers, feel that thief children are being given a better life. These children are being given a better life. The pictures of the children with slaughtered goats was not a ritual sacrifice, but rather an attempt at a hands-on experience. One mother, who wasn't sure that the ordeal was necessary or that she approved, she indicated only that 3 men were present at the time, thought that the experience was well-intentioned as an experience for the children to learn. She likened the slaughter to that of what is done in conventional biology classes. Several mothers indicated that the robes being worn by the men were actually sheets the men wore during the slaughter to protect their clothing. The slaughter of the 2 goats on the Virginia farm was at the end of the summer, and the goats couldn't be left there alive. The meat from the goats was taken back to Washington, D.C., to the group where they ate the meat. The children had the experience to see where meat comes from, and experience that most children don't get while they're growing up. Regarding eating, the mothers expressed concern that their children eat properly. The mothers indicated knowledge of diet and nutrition. They indicated that the children eat balanced diets of fruit and vegetables. They go get food whenever they are hungry rather than during prescribed meal times. The group does have conventional meals upon occasion. The mothers indicated that they feel that their children are healthy. Evidence. Contents of van taken into TPD custody, to wit, box of assorted papers, tablets, notebooks of information. TBS 80 taken into custody from blank. TRS obtained by FBI during search of van. Photos of van taken by TPD. Photos of the children. Investigators' subjective notes. This case began on February the 4th, 1987, when a citizen observed a group of unkempt children, and two men in Myers Park. She called Tallahassee police, who arrived and observed 6 dirty children. In an attempt to question the men regarding the identity of the children and their condition, the men behaved strangely regarding their statements and actions. Based upon the condition of the children and the inability of the men to identify the children and themselves, the police officers arrested the 2 men and took the 6 children into custody pending further investigation. My involvement has been as an assisting investigator from the beginning. I observed the children the night they were taken into custody at police headquarters. I saw the generally dirty state of their clothes and bodies. They appeared tired and cranky. As an assisting investigator, I worked full-time in this case to ascertain the identity of the children and the men. On Wednesday, February 11th, I was made lead investigator of the case. During my investigation, I was concerned with the welfare of the children and the 2 men being held. I have 1. Attempted to learn the identity of the children, 2. If they were in fact abused or neglected at the time of the arrest by the suspects, and 3. If the lifestyle of the group abuses or neglects the children in any way. The children, mothers, and the 2 suspects are part of a group that live an alternative lifestyle. No information came to me indicating that their lifestyle abuses or neglects their children. Really? At the time of the arrest, the arresting officers certainly had probable cause for arrest. It was reasonable to expect the further investigation to follow up on the strange circumstances. The identities of the children strongly appears to be accurate, that the true mothers have come forward. They have given personal information that suggests the children are theirs. The mothers have cooperated fully with this investigator. At this time, the information they gave about their children and themselves is being verified through FBI, which has assisted throughout the case. As to whether the children had actually been abused or neglected at the time of arrest, seems to hinge on whether the children being dirty, possibly hungry, and living under camping-like conditions per their situation constitutes abuse or neglect. Probably the 2 men caretakers could have provided a better atmosphere for the children and being more open during interviewing by police at the scene. Regarding the overall lifestyle of the group, it is difficult to compile complete information. The group appears to be one family, with all members having roles which include working, making decisions, and having other responsibilities. As to whether this lifestyle is appropriate and acceptable is a subjective matter. This investigator has learned of no group or individual actions that appear abusive or neglectful. End of report. That's very hard. Narrative summary? I can't quite read that. I made a neighbourhood check of the area around Myers Park on 13th of February and talked with several people. I talked with Blank of the Easter Seal Centre, and she told me that none of her people had seen anything during the time prior to the incident at the park. She said that they did see the police when the arrests were made. I talked with Blank at Parks and Recreation Department, and she told me that she would ask her workers and playground supervisors if they had seen anything and would get back to me. I left her a business card to call me if anything came up. I talked to the people in some of the houses along Myers Park Drive that faced the playground area where the incident occurred. The only person that said she saw anything was Blank. She is the babysitter there, and the phone there is blank. Her home address is blank. Blank said that she saw the blue van in the park 2 or 3 times a week since December. I asked her if it was the same van and the same children that were involved in the incident, and she said that it was. She said that she did not notice any unusual treatment of the kids by the 2 adult males that were with them. No one else in the immediate area saw anything. On February 10th, 1987, this investigator, Detective Blank, and Agent Blank went to Chattahoochee, Florida. I can't read that, sorry guys. To interview Blank and Blank. This investigator and detective blank conducted the interview with blank, and detective blank and agent blank interviewed blank blank was interviewed first. Wow. Blank was first shown some pictures that the FBI confiscated from their search on the van. She stated that she did not recognize the picture of the old man in the garden. She stated that she remembers the house because it has a swimming pool in the house. She could not remember where the house was located. The picture of the children bathing in the buckets was identified as Hill House. Blank stated that Hill House is located in Virginia, where the goats are. This would be the farmhouse located in Nethers, Virginia. The picture of blank and blank playing by a wood structure were identified as being at Highfields, where blank lives. Blank stated that the structure was being built by blank. It was being built in the area labelled as OP on the hand-drawn map. See case file. Blank also identified 2 pictures containing blank. Blank, known to this investigator as blank, she stated that these photos were taken at the White Cabin. When blank was shown the hand-drawn map, she described the area labelled White Cabin as the White Cabin in the pictures described above. Blank described the Red Cabin as the place where blank stays with blank. According to blank, Paradise is the place they play and camp. It is located on a trail which leads from the White Cabin. Camp Core is a place that blank has a big fireplace and a wall. Oh, sorry guys. Blank described blank, another blank. Blank also identified blank. Blank in the photos depicting adults around a dining table. This investigator had blank clarify several times mentioned in previous interviews. First, the 4th basement is the junk basement. The punishment blank received for taking them to the restaurant was a letter from blank, which made her feel bad. Blank said the letter told blank bad things about herself. This was the second clarification. Blank described the holes as holes dug for defecation in the outdoors. The only hole in the basement is in the food basement, and she indicated that it was used to put things that aren't used. Blank also advised this investigator that blank no other information. This investigator discussed going on trips. Blank stated that she had been on an airplane. She had been twice, once just with blank and once with blank. She stated that she had been to Gainesville and Tampa. While in Gainesville, they visited blank. Blank would give no other information on the subjects. Blank was allowed to listen to a tape of a phone call to the National Center for Exploited Children. On the tape, an anonymous male caller gave information in regards to the children to the operator on duty. Blank was extremely interested in the tape. She stated that it sounded like blank. Detective Blank and I decided earlier to only play part of the tape, but blank was insistent about hearing the entire tape. She stated that blank covers the phones at the blank. The information on the tape appeared to be known by blank. While listening to the tape, the male asked away from the phone which of blank kids. Blank stated that blank, more blanks. When talking about blank, blank said that the reason blank weren't talking was because blank told them not to. Blank demonstrated how she was able to count to 10 in Chinese. She stated that she learnt to count in Chinese from a Chinese man who guested at the blank. HRS contacted blank for the Chicago area to interview the children from psychological perspective. His preliminary report was unavailable at the time of this writing. Additional information. On this date, the investigator received word that part-time Tallahassee police employee, communications section blank located a small computer at a public phone booth on Florida State University, FSU campus in front of the library. He is a student at FSU. An interview with blank indicated that on Thursday, February the 5th, 1987, about 6:15 p.m., he was walking past the phone booth and saw the computer. He took it home with him. On Saturday, February 7th, he took it out of its case and attempted to determine who the owner was. He figured out how to run it and attempted to learn who the owner was by reading the information in it. Blank read information concerning TPD police investigators. On Sunday, February the 8th, he brought it to TPD and turned it over to myself after learning how it worked. This investigator copied the messages from the computer. The information disclosed that the owner was obviously persons who are involved with the group called the Finders, friends of the Friends of the owners had been arrested in Tallahassee, or Finders, on February the 4th and charged with child abuse. Transcription of the information exists in the report file. Investigation continues. Narrative summary. Children are located in Myers Park in dirty condition. Their two guardians were arrested for child abuse. Additional information about Saturday, 7th, 8th, 1987, a blank talked with this investigator and explained that she had been in Lafayette Park at 10:30 a.m. on February the 4th, 1987. She talked with one of the men arrested. She saw the 6 kids and thought they were dirty. She said she thought the man was acting weird as if he was on drugs. She described the man as being the one with the moustache. Caller stated the pants on the boy appeared to be too big for the boy. She talked with the man for 5 to 7 minutes at the swing set. He asked questions about other parks in the area, especially those with swimming pond or area. Caller stated that another person who talked with the men was a blank. This investigator has not been able to make contact with blank to date. Case open. Director FBI to the Director of FBI. Attention CID VCU SSA from SAC Jacksonville. Finders Group. White Slave Traffic Act. Sexual Exploitation of Children. Obstruction of Justice Preliminary Inquiry. RE WMFO teletype to the Bureau dated the 10th of the 11th, 93. Enclosed for WMP FPO or FO. Following items received from the Tallahassee Police Department Chief Melvin Tucker. Complete Tallahassee Police Department case file concerning the Finders. That was number 1. Number 2, a letter from Congressman Charlie Rose to Tallahassee Police Chief Melvin Tucker, dated the 15th of the 9th, 93. Copy of a letter to Chief Tucker from 48 hours, dated the 16th of the 9th, 93. Number 4, Tallahassee Police Department memorandum to Chief Tucker from blank concerning being interviewed by a U.S. Customs agent concerning an FBI blank caption matter. Number 5, 2 memos reportedly authentic U.S. Customs memos concerning the Finders case. And number 6, a copy of an article from the city paper concerning the Finders case. Also enclosed for WMFO is a copy of Jacksonville's complete investigative file regarding this matter, to include BLP copies of the 1A and 1B sections. On the 16th of the 11th, 93, contact with Tallahassee Police Chief Mel Tucker revealed that there was never any outside agency, either in or outside the United States intelligence community, who contacted anyone in his department with an attempt to influence in any way their investigation of the Finders Group. All evidence in the case that was obtained was either returned to its owners or otherwise destroyed. Ooh. Chief Tucker advised that he has been contacted by a number of individuals recently concerning the Finders case. One was Congressman Charlie Rose, Chairman, Committee on House Administration, who both telephonically and in writing expressed an interest in the facts and circumstances surrounding the Finders case in Tallahassee, Florida. Additionally, Chief Tucker was contacted by a whole lot of blanks, memorandum to Chief Tucker SA, more blanks. Oh, blanks. Oh, guys, there's a lot. For the information of the Bureau Tallahassee SSRA, Tallahassee portion of the investigation, and also resolve whether there was any improper influence by any agency brought to bear on the TPD in the performance and reporting of their investigation. The bottom line was that the Tallahassee investigation was not impeded, influenced in any way by any agency or improper considerations. This matter is considered RUC by Jacksonville Division. Ooh, cut that off pretty quick. On the 10th of the 11th, 93, the following names were searched in WMFO indices at the request of SSA. Blank, FBI HQ, CID VCU, Finders Transnational Ragged Mountain, Women's Network Service, General Scientific Corporation, blank, Isabel Petty, blank, Future Enterprises. Attached to this insert are the results of that query. And then there's just more of those forms. I can't really figure out much information from them other than ticks in areas. They're just making sure they've got all bases covered, guys. They included everything. Future Enterprises and the numbers dash WA, yep, okay. No data, C4. All references, okay. It's just dated and stamped. 3011 Occidental Avenue, New Haven. Can't read the last bit. And more forms with more stamps, dates, and information concerning. There's a lot of blanked out bits on these guys. I don't know if you can see that, where the lines are missing and stuff and disjointed is where they blanked it out. And boxes, white boxes. So I'll keep going. Finders Transnational, Ragged Mountain Research Centre, blank, extortion. Ooh. C4, Finders Organisation, address 371F5920W. I can't see that. Washington, D.C. telephone. Finders. There's a big blank there. Finders Transnational. Okay. Says the same thing, extortion. No data, extortion, C4 again. Extortion. Interesting. No data, extortion, no data. Finders member. There's a lot of stuff here, guys, I don't understand. The following files were reviewed on November 22nd and 23rd, 1993 as a result of listings in WMFO and Manual General Indices. Listed below are the results of that review. Index to Finders, Finders Group, Finders Transnational, and Finders Transnational Ragged Mountain. Extortion case opened on the 14th of the 7th, 83 by Alexandria Division against blank as the victim. Subject blank was described as a WM born approximately blank, more blanks, blank, advised, victim blank advised that he was a member of this cult headed by blank, which was also known as Finders. He described the cult as an alternative lifestyle group and related an incident detailing the death of a member, Barbara Mateja. More blanks there, guys. A lot more. WMFO contacted MPD and was advised that Mateja had died as a result of refusing medical attention for religious reasons and that no homicide investigation had been conducted. File reflected that the case was closed as the AUSA for Alexandria would not consider any prosecution. Wow, there's a big blank there, index to blank. And there's someone outside my house in their car with their phone plugged into their stereo, making calls. Sorry, guys. Index to blank. Same as detailed above. File destroyed. On the 2nd of the 4th, 69. FOI PA file that could not be located. Index to Isabel Petty, no references. Index to blank, big blanks. 190-1 sub E is a 31st of the 10th, 84 FBI HQ response to an FOI PA request on blank. Index to Women's Network Service, no reference. Index to General Scientific Corporation, blank file could not be located. Index to Future Enterprises, and that's blank. The following files were reviewed on November 22nd and 23rd, 1993 as a result of listings in WMFO FOIMS indices. Listed below are the results of that review. Well, there's not much listed below, guys. You've blacked it all out. Oh, this is frustrating. I hope they release the whole lot. I want to know who all these people are they're referring to and what all this information is that is actually missing. Index to finders, blank. More blanks, and yet another blank, were members of this group. The case was closed upon resolution by interview. Blank. Index to General Scientific, blank. Index to blank, blank same information as detailed above. Index to blank, blank same information as detailed above, which we can't see. Request for FOIA PA information by blank concerning a blank dated 9th of the 9th, 87. FOIA PA file that has been destroyed. Guys. Index to Future Enterprises, blank lead on Philadelphia Division, 3rd 88. Investigation of a whole lot of blanks. Finders Group, on the 23rd of the 11th, 93, SSA blank VCU CID advised that based on the recent discussions with VC Unit Chief and Section Chief Cahoe, the interview of U.S. Customs Service SA blank and more blanks. It is noted that as of the 23rd of the 11th, 93, the formal written request from FBI HQ to both blank and the USDOS had not been sent out of FBI HQ. And the facts. And lists. Okay. To SAC Miami from SA Special Agent blank. FPRA unsubs allegation concerning possible child abuse and child pornography. Stuart, Florida area. Attached to this memo are copies of a letter from blank, dated 21st of 7th, 93, and a letter from Larry A. Potts, Assistant Director, Criminal Investigation Division, to blank dated the 20th of the 9th, 93. Further attached is a copy of a blank dated the 14th of the 9th, 93. The purpose of this memo is to address allegations or potential allegations concerning child abuse in the Stuart, Florida area. During the period of August through September 1992, A whole lot of blanks. Subsequent to this request, Special Agent blank at his offices. It should note that blank, more blanks, identified as one of those assaulted. Really? I haven't read anything about an assault yet, have you? That must have been one of the ones that was blanked out, maybe. What do you think, guys? Proceeded to advise Special Agent Blank of much of the information that he related in the letter to Blank on the 21st of the 7th, 93, while not going into as much detail as is set forth in the letter. Blank did allude to US Customs Service not following through on investigation. He did mention allegations of computer chips being planted in children's heads, an organisation in Stuart, Florida, involved in Satan worship and possibly child abuse, and the fact that individuals involved in such activities were at the highest levels of government. When pushed for any substantive evidence concerning these allegations, Blank could not provide any, and alluded to the fact that no one could be trusted in this matter, including Special Agent Blank. Was advised by Special Agent Blank that if he obtained any evidence or witnesses concerning child abuse or any other evidence to substantiate his allegations, he should contact Special Agent Blank. To date, he has not done so. Wow. At the time of the contact with Blank, no documentation of this meeting occurred by Special Agent Blank, due to the fact that Special Agent Blank felt his allegations to be extremely broad, far-fetched, and unsubstantiated in any way. It should be noted blank, another blank. During the summer of 1993, rumours again surfaced in the Stuart, Florida area concerning satanic worship and the child abuse, and thereafter, the attachment letter was received. On the 16th of the 10th, 93, State Attorney Blank, Fort Pierce, Florida, was contacted and advised his office had conducted the investigation and prosecution of Blank sexual abuse case. Since that time, he advised Blank has maintained contact with him up to the recent past and continued to make allegations of further sexual abuse, none of which are substantiated. According to Blank, admitted to him he had found no connection to date between Blank actions and any nationwide organisations or activities. Blank did provide the attached copy of a communication concerning the finders, which Blank had provided to him on the 14th of the 9th, 93. He advised Blank is now claiming a group called the Finders, which was part of the Washington, D.C. intelligence community, had a splinter group which was involved in child sexual abuse. One of the members of this group supposedly resides in Blank. Blank was provided with a copy of page number 2 of a letter to Blank dated the 21st of the 7th, 93, which he read and advised that this was misleading and certain statements Blank made were in fact a big blank. Advised the State's Attorney Office investigation did not uncover others having been involved than were charged. There's a whole lot of blanks. He stated, has maintained that there is a nationwide conspiracy among individuals involving in satanic worship and sexual child abuse, with members being located in the Stuart, Florida area. To date, Sergeant Blank advised he has located no hard evidence of any organised sexual abuse in the area, but noted there is a similarity in sexual abuse cases that have occurred in different parts of the country. Sergeant Blank did not volunteer, but when asked, admitted he was looking into a group called the Finders. However, he did not have any confirmed criminal activity at this time. Wow. On the 21st of the 10th, 93, Blank operates a day school from which during the past year he advised numerous parents have withdrawn their children, according to Blank, occurring at or being done by individuals at the Jensen Beach preschool. Blank concerning the Jensen Beach Elementary School, where parents also withdrew their children from attendance. Guys, this is unbelievable. Well, not really, but Blank stated that he himself did extensive checking of the Blank school and found absolutely no indication of any child abuse. He further advised that those espousing... Oh, okay, well, is this guy, this FBI or whoever it is, was he involved? He might have been involved. That might be why he's just blowing it off. On the 22nd of the 10th, 93, Blank Jensen Beach Elementary School was contacted. Blank advised that in the past year, 3 to 5 families had withdrawn their children from the Jensen Beach Elementary School based on rumours of cult activities and child abuse involving employees at her school. Blank stated she did extensive work to attempt to substantiate these rumours with negative results. She advised that blank. On the 22nd of the 10th, 93, Lieutenant Blank was contacted and advised that he and the school were aware of individuals within the Stewart and Port St. Lucie, Florida areas involved in Satan worship. To date, he advised neither he nor anyone else to his knowledge has revealed any evidence that these practices are in any way related to sexual child abuse. All individuals contacted above were advised that were they to obtain any information concerning sexual abuse of children, they should immediately report it to the authorities in view of the lack of any evidence of or substantiation of blank allegations as set forth in the attached letter as they relate to the Stewart, Florida area. No further inquiries are being made concerning this matter at this time. Ooh. Okay, Assistant to the Attorney General, Department of Justice, Washington, D.C. Dear Blank, thank you for your letter of August the 20th, 1993, in which you forwarded 2 sets of correspondence dealing with child sex abuse allegations you had received from blank. A copy of blank correspondence has been forwarded to our Atlanta office for review. The Criminal Investigative Division, CID, has thoroughly reviewed and discussed blank correspondence with the FBI, Macon, Georgia, Resident Agency RA. The Macon RA is well aware of blank. From the review of available material to date, there appears to have been medical evidence to indicate that one or more of the children were molested. However, the joint investigation in this matter by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, and the Macon Police Department, MPD, did not determine who was responsible. Although the information reviewed to date does not appear to indicate a federal violation, our Atlanta office has been instructed to further review reports concerning the joint GBI-MPD investigation to determine if an FBI investigation is warranted. Number 1, Atlanta Enclosures. Attention SAC, this matter is referred for appropriate action. Number 1, Miami Enclosures 10. Attention SAC, this matter is referred for appropriate action. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'll do another one very shortly. Okay, bye, guys.